Good afternoon, everybody. It's What's Up Wednesday. Today, it's Voodoo Day. You want to know what Voodoo Day is? Voodoo Day. Okay, say that 3 times fast. Voodoo Day, Voodoo Day, Voodoo Day. It's Voodoo Day. I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's make sure everybody can hear me. Mark, can you hear me?
I can barely hear you, but yeah, I can hear you.
Better.
Music's louder.
Oh, the music is going on. I got Mark Vyne in the studio, man. You guys buckle up. Put your seatbelts on, because we're about to ready to take off. Give me just a couple more minutes, guys. We're getting everything turned on, booted up. You guys are going to see the new Team Associated table. It's pretty cool. I got a new camera.
Remember sleeping on the floor, stealing at the gas station when the time was cold.
What do you think about that, Mark? I got a new camera.
I love that. That's great.
Jay's praying that nobody know. Watching take my dog away was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light of day, all this blood on my clothes. I was tired every day, green light, it's time to go. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour, I might crash cause the good die young. Yeah, the good die young. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home.
You know what I did today? I took a spinner class.
I'm back home.
Spinner, bicycle.
That's a spin class. Spinner class might be different.
When I left that place, they knew I was there.
Yeah.
Told me I should leave. I see the bigger picture and it's way bigger than me. Can't be living like a king.
We're almost there, man. Today's Voodoo Day. We're going to talk about voodoo today. It's going to be a good day. We're doing this every Wednesday and every Friday, guys. It's going to be good stuff, man.
Die too young. 100 miles per hour might crash cause good die young. Yeah, but here I come. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back home. Y'all coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no
What does Voodoo Day mean? You're going to find out right now. You're going to find out in less than 22 seconds.
Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home.
I have Voodoo Day. Need a charger? Oh, yes, please. Awesome. Okay, guys. No, you're good. What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
We're live now.
Are we?
Mark is looking at me. He's holding the phone. He goes, are we live? Are we live?
We can't see that.
We're live, man. Thank you guys for joining us today. My name is Billy Shaw. This gentleman right next to me, you all know him. He's Mr. Mark Vyne. Hey, before we get into Voodoo Day, how was Nebraska?
It's incredible.
Can you talk about it?
Yeah. I made a quick video not too long ago, a couple days ago, about the experience, but it was
It was cold.
it was super cold, but man, it was a really awesome.
It was good, right?
Yeah.
So going out there, So if you guys don't know, let's go from the start. Mark is now with 5 Star Hobbies, and Mark went out this weekend to hang out at 5 Star Hobbies. And Jared Baker, David Loxton was there.
Yeah, David and Frank Greer.
Frank Greer was there.
Yeah.
So man, you had the whole team there.
Yeah, part of it.
I watch you guys live for a minute, but I have so much going on.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I can
bro,
see. Yeah,
it's nuts, dude. It's nuts. I had to. This table. This is not my normal table. This is our left, right, center table. We play every Saturday night. That's why I have a new camera. I'm going to show everybody my new camera, though. This camera I'm going to show you guys is now going to be my our product cam.
Oh.
So yeah. So it's out here, so you can see.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's all everything's sponsored by Team Associated, man.
Nice.
That's why you see Team Associated everywhere. I got banners up in my garage. I'm back in my garage, or I'm not back in my garage, but I'm in my garage. I like it, but it's.
No, this is great. It's perfect. It's nice outside too. Why not be outside a little bit?
The problem is it gets cold in here.
It's perfect right now.
We played Saturday night till like 9 o'clock, and it was freezing. Anyway, so good. So things are moving along with 5-star.
Yeah, it was incredible to see how fast we could produce stuff. Like we changed 50 to 60% of the car over 2 days. Like we made arms and towers and
50 to 60% in 2 days.
The car is a lot different. For testing, right? These are ideas that I think might work better, and some of them might, some of them might
Sure,
not. Like
yeah.
a completely different body mount, very simple.
It's called testing.
I think we pulled maybe 200 grams out of the car, like total. It's actually lighter than my light car that I was running before. So
In 2 days.
Yeah, it was incredible.
That's
like
incredible.
When we were done, we sat there with the car, and it's like, man, this was 2 days of work. Imagine in a month or two where we're going to be.
So let me ask you something. So go back. Let's go back because we need to go back anyway because we're going voodoo. We're talking about voodoo, and you got to help me with this when we talk about voodoo. But let's go back to when you had the Bullet and you were producing and you were doing that type of stuff. Did you? Obviously, you could never produce that quick, like 2 days. So from when you used to do it to now, I mean, I was talking to Matt Ottman today, and he's showing me some stuff, and I think we can show it off. It's pretty good. But how things have changed in 2 years.
The changes that I made with my brother, and a shout out to my brother.
Bobby Vyne.
Yeah, Bobby Vyne. We were able to change things pretty quick, where we would come up with something, and he would cut it in his CNC machine, and we would try it. That process usually took, he has production too, so it would take a week or so, and we would have a lot of ideas, and that was a powerful thing. I didn't realize how powerful it was till I went to a team like GFRP that it had a foundation, and the car was good, and there wasn't a lot of changes over the year with GFRP, but I didn't have that free reign to test stuff or just make whatever I wanted to make like I had with my brother. And so when I joined 5-star and saw their process, I don't want to go too far into it, but their printing process and their it's not a $500 printer. It's like what you're used to seeing with PLA, right? It's like $20,000 printer, and there's multiple of them. The hard part to get over is it looks pretty close to what you're used to seeing with a PLA print.
Yeah.
But the strength is different. The density he can change. He can actually infuse carbon in certain areas of the print
to make it stronger.
It's an amazing system that I've never been exposed to before, and I print for work. I mean, I'm pretty up on that technology, and he's got just an amazing technology to make cars. It's lighter. That's a big thing, right?
I love it, dude. I love it.
It's massively lighter.
You're right. We're going to move on. Today's not about that. But I just want to know how your trip went. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I always want to know. Look at my TV's coming in right now. We're doing TV
What
work
the heck
here.
is that?
That's a TV. That's the biggest TV you can buy. So here's what I'm doing, and I thank you for coming today.
Yeah.
So as everybody knows, we've got sponsors for 2023, and so what I've decided to do, and it's going to be every Wednesday and every Friday from here until we get through all the sponsors. The downfall, well, there's an upfall and downfall to it, and the downfall is you guys are going to have to deal with Biggie. The up is I'm going out of the country, so Biggie's going to take over. I'm doing Voodoo tonight. I have Friday set aside for somebody special, maybe, and then starting next week, I'll give you guys kind of the rundown of exactly how we're doing this and why we're doing it. I mean, the biggest thing is why. I mean, these guys have come on board with us for 2023, and listen, this is what it's all about. This is your sponsors, all you team drivers. If you have sponsors, this is what it's all about, is showing off the sponsors, what they do, what they have coming, and that's what we're doing. I wanted to tell you, I have, where are you? Right here. Okay, that is not that. I got a new phone last night. God, dude, don't get a new phone. This is the worst thing you could do is get a new phone. I don't have it. I'll post it. So anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm taking all the sponsors and we're just showcasing sponsors, and that's what this will be right here. What's cool about it, Mark, is like when I do bad racing. So here's all of John's.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, look, we can switch, and we can show you guys all of John's wheels. You know, all the new stuff coming out. You know
which Voodoos fit on.
Yeah,
right?
which Voodoos fit on,
right.
right? Yeah. And you know the only downfall to it, guys, is I actually have. I have some stuff from RC Speed Secrets, his new earrings that I was.
I've seen those around. Those look pretty cool.
Smart guy. Art is.
He is. He markets really well. Like, he's all over the place. It's good.
We messaged Art last night and we said we have a new name for RC Speed Secrets. It's Art's Bling.
Well, he came up with the jewelry thing, which I thought was a cool,
right,
kind of little. It's a good way to market, right? Because the stuff looks like a work of art.
It's on my desk, and it's nice. So,
it's
guys,
nice.
if you're looking for something for your wife or your girlfriend, your grandma or your kid for Valentine's Day, it's a great. I mean, I don't know how much they are. I should know these things. I don't. I just got them in the mail yesterday. Anyway, so today I want to do Voodoo, Mark. So that's our new spotlight cam right there. I'm gonna name it. I just don't have a name yet.
So you mentioned that you were gonna do Voodoo, and they've been. Matt's been a tremendous help to me. So I jumped at the opportunity to come here and if I can promote in any way or help.
Matt is a good dude.
Yeah, he is. People, he's a topic of conversation a lot with his tire, and when you think about, that's cool. Yeah,
have you seen these? I don't know if we can show them off.
Yeah, I've seen those.
I'm gonna read what Matt put.
Yeah.
But and I'm glad you came because are you not, or is Ricky Bellotti OG Voodoo?
Ricky and Tony were the two.
Cortese.
Yeah.
Is it Cortese or Cortese?
I don't know. I
think
he says Cortese to make it sound more sophisticated. But I think it's your way.
Hey, Tony, tonight you're Cortese.
But yeah, it was during King of the Streets a while back. I think it was maybe 2 years ago, and I saw Matt's tires, I think right before that, and I'm like, man, I got to try and get on that team. And Ricky was involved and Tony was involved in getting me on that team, and I think those were the first two, and then they brought me on. But since then, I attribute a lot of my success to having that tire even before a lot of people could get that tire, and it gave me a huge advantage. The tire has been unmatched now for 2 years. That is unheard of in NPRC. There isn't another product that has been that dominant where you cannot compete and win a race without that tire. And they're getting close. There's a lot of companies now that are producing a pretty good tire.
Yeah.
And I picture Matt sitting back there with, and I could be wrong, with a new tire going, I'm just waiting until they get close, and I'm going to blast this new tire out there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the type. He's got such a big advantage on this. I can't think that he hasn't done any type of change in the last 2 years. He's got to have something in his back pocket, right? Because it's been dominant for so long.
Let's ask him. When you said, "Hey, I want to be a part of this," I knew Ricky Bellotti. I didn't know Tony was. I did not know Tony was part of that. But then it was you, right? It was Ricky or Tony first, and then you came in.
I believe so. Yeah, I know Rick. Obviously, Ricky and Tony were before me, and then I think there was a few that came on right around the time I did too. But yeah, I think that was the right order.
Okay, cool. So with that being said, let's go down. I'm going to go down the list. I want to tell everybody who's on Voodoo this year, and then I'm going to tell everybody what Matt told me about sponsorship. So let's get down. Let's just go. I only have I have quite a bit here. I got Mark, Frank Ulbrich, Tony Trickle, Jay Joseph, Jasmine Hernandez, Samantha Joan, James Dibble, Henry Tabios Jr., Kid Sims, Biggie Paul, William Smashy, Jake Nation, Joey Davis, Cody Offenbacher, Frank Greer, Jordan Yancey, Joshua Jones. He still has Ricky Bellotti on there. I don't know. Does he still race?
I think he does, but I know he went through some live things for a little while, but I don't know if he's completely out of it. He's just been pretty dormant for a little while.
And Tom Rockwell and Lindsay May. Now, here's what Matt told me to tell everybody. Let me get to it because him and I talk a lot here, so bear with me here. He said they are looking for, give me a second. Okay, so that's the final. So the roster I just told everybody is your final team roster for 2023. The scouting list, there you go. Here it is. The scouting list is really long, is what he said. He'll be watching for race results and social media presence. You guys listening to this? A lot of you messaged me and said, hey, what do we need to do to get on Voodoo team? And I'm telling you right now, he's looking for race results, social media presence. 2 to 3 spots for 2024. And the scouting roster is a secret, which I get it. That's cool. So there you have it. If you guys, I'm just going, now listen, if Matt missed somebody on that list, my wife just said Skittles, which was Shelby. I didn't see her name on there.
You said Henry, which her father. They're kind of a team.
Yeah, hey, you get Henry, you get Skittles.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Skittles is that's what's cool about those two. I've talked to them about them before. Is Henry really doesn't care about his performance. He's like, I did okay or whatever. He's there for Skittles to freaking win.
Yes,
right?
he is.
It's a cool father-daughter.
Yes, he is. Yeah, it's
really
good
cool
stuff, man.
Yeah.
So that's your 2023 roster. They're looking for 2 or 3 more. All you got to do, guys, is keep your nose clean. You know what I mean by that? Social media crap. And, just start racing. Show your results. Put the results up. Do your social media like you should. That's what they're looking for. So
I've had people ask me, how do I get sponsored by people?
Perfect.
And I always say you want to stay positive. First and foremost, always stay positive on social media. In life, really. But in social media, people, if you get in an argument or there's some sort of, gossip going on and you're a negative influence on that gossip, people see it and companies watch that. That's a big deal.
That's
I know
a good
people,
point. I like that.
people that are, a few come to mind that are super talented and they're limited because of that aspect of it. And social media is a big part of this whole thing. It sells.
It
so
is.
You have to stay positive.
Yeah, it is. Good point. I like that, man. If anybody knows, Mark does. Just keep it clean, guys. Just go do the best you can. Listen, we're not just speaking about Voodoo. Guys, we're talking about everybody.
Yeah.
Team Associated, Bad Racing. I'm going down the list of my sponsors. RC Speeds here, because it's all about presence and how you conduct yourself and how you, unfortunately, I hate saying this, but it is how you act on social media, because they do watch you. Mm-hmm. They really do. With that being said, I'm not saying nothing else. Done.
No, I'm guilty. I mean, I've been in the middle of controverscy, and
it's hard.
It's difficult a lot of times. I mean,
it's hard.
I can understand.
There's other people that are sponsored, but they don't have filters. I don't get it. Mark, this is how we roll. This is how we're going to get through 2023, Foster and me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is important to us. So with that being said, we talk about it all the time. How we conduct ourselves, how we're gonna treat 2023. We have those conversations because we're already looking at even though 2023 just began, we're already looking into 2024. I know it sounds crazy, but we are.
So the second thing on that list, positive is number 1. A close second is help people.
I like it.
I think that's probably the biggest influence that I was able to give is I can help people. And that companies saw that and want to jump on board. People make stuff for the stuff that you run because you help people get fast. So help people is extremely important.
It's awesome, right?
And you can't replace. I've had this conversation a million times. You can't substitute winning. if you want to get sponsored by a company, you gotta know what you're doing. Usually, it helps, right? And if you win, you're visible. The most visible thing you can do
is winning.
Is winning, and then telling people how you win or helping people.
I thought about that the other day. Just something, I think about. I think about my show a lot. I think about NPRCTV Live a lot, and you're right. It's the best way to say that is if you do go out and you do a great job, first or second, whatever it is, even third. Get that picture at that podium with that money. right?
Yeah, I mean, not
What
to
I'm
say I
saying-
don't want to sound like everything's about winning, because
No,
it's bigger than
not.
that. But
second place wins, third place wins. All
Yeah,
I'm saying is get that picture, show that you show you're putting in the effort, show you're putting in the time.
Yep.
Is what I meant by that.
Yeah.
And guys, it will come. Be patient, because it will come.
winning allows, or being competitive.
You're fine, dude. I'm in my garage. I listen to
Being competitive.
It's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It allows
Sorry,
you
guys.
to have some clout, or when you help people.
Your resume.
Yeah, it when if you didn't know anything about this and you're trying to help somebody, you might steer down the wrong path. But if you're competitive in this, then when people ask for your help, there's a confidence there that you can help them and go down the right path in the right way, because you have that kind of knowledge, right? So that's what I mean by winning is important. Is it gives some meaning to when you help, that you're steering people in the right way because you're competitive in it.
When you were back in the day and you were looking for sponsors, did you put a resume together?
I did, and I just recently, I know this is about Voodoo, but
It is about, but no, this is no.
but I
everything
did,
we're
I
talking
had-
about,
I did.
It's part of Voodoo's.
and I just recently updated that, and
Perfect.
I showed it to Dustin, and I said, "This is what I've done, right?"
It's my resume.
And it's I don't think it's a bad thing to have, right?
No.
I mean, to outline the accomplishments that you've had for a year, that's never a bad thing.
No.
Yeah.
Get a resume. Listen, some of the people that that I've dealt with, what have you done? What do you do? Well, I'm a little different because I'm on a damn show all the time. But I have a resume. I do. I have a resume from when I started to today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this thick now. Because I take
You usually
notes.
want to try and keep those to a page,
I'm
right?
kidding, dude. I'm kidding. I do have a resume, though. So with that being said, okay, so ot6.com is Matt Ottman Voodoo's. Everybody knows the website. I'm waiting on a couple things back from him. What I want to know, though, is I'm going to be showing Mark some things, because here's what I said to Matt. Make sure you and I are on the same page. That's what I said to him today. Read that really quick and then kind of scroll through that. So anyway, guys, if you have not registered for Battle on the Blacktop, you better start. I talked to Justin Pace today. He is at 150 outlaw entries, 150. The man has 150 entries, outlaw. I didn't ask what he had for box stock or ready to run kind of thing, but if you guys are getting ready to come down to Alabama, I can't wait to see you. Foster is stoked. I talk to him all the time, and he's excited, man. So Battle on the Blacktop, it's down in Alabama, and it's coming soon. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have seen something about that, and I don't
He's not answering.
I don't know how I don't know how far Matt wants to go, but there's the guy generates stuff that when he sent me a prototype, I had to actually call him and say, "Is this aluminum? Like, what is this? It feels like a spaceship. Like, this is so light, and it doesn't look. It has a weird look, like it wasn't quite metallic.
Those pictures?
It's the same material as that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's obviously an extremely innovative person, and he's got some really cool stuff coming down the line. And I haven't.
Everybody does.
It's the stuff. This year is going to be insane. So one of the things I could add to this, or is my experience with Voodoo from when I
asked him,
started.
can Mark talk? And he said, yes, Mark can talk.
Okay, so you talk about Bilotti and you talk about Cortese, and he sent me tires, and I actually was involved with some of the original testing before Voodoo's had belts in them, and he sent me tires without belts, and I tried them, and I used to run, I think Panthers and
I never heard of Panther.
Panthers are like a Voodoo with no. They were really good. They were
Made by Voodoo?
No, they were made by Panther, but they would expand, so you get these huge tires, and they Matt changed the game with that, right? So I tried them. I'm like, the rubber content is incredible. If you could support that tire, man, you're gonna have something. And he comes back a couple weeks later. I get this package and it's got a belt in it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be nuts, right?
Nice.
So I tested them. Obviously, they worked amazing. And they screeched. Before Voodoo, you didn't hear anything about the screech of a tire. They didn't make any. They didn't make any noise.
Yeah.
And a funny story is,
Interesting.
I sanded, because I wasn't allowed to let, it's Matt's deal to let the cat out of the bag and on his products.
Right.
So I sanded the edge of the sidewall so you couldn't tell what kind of tire it was, and I took it out to a race, and it was a race that. A lot of the locals were there. It was actually your race. So I do a burnout, and it just screeches like crazy. And Todd Saltero's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm just using, this sauce." It was like Frank's traction stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was such a difference. I had like a few people like hovering around like a hawk around the pit area because I could do a burnout, and you'd hear it from the pit area, and they're like, "Man, you figured something out." I'm like,
Yep.
I don't know, right? I couldn't really say anything.
Yeah.
But, the car performed extremely well. Then, after a few months later, King of the Streets came around again, and air pressure. We figured air pressure out. And I had a guy that wanted to try sauce on my tire, and he grabs the tire and squeezes it, and he's like, "Air?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Man, that's cool, right?" And so there's this progression, and now Matt's figured out foam where we don't need air, and it's a little bit more consistent. There's still some reasons to do air, but this evolution of this, how this tire works, it's a cool story for me because I feel like I had an edge for a while with how much traction he can make, and he really hasn't had to alter the tire since its creation. I think there's been like maybe slight variations from the original tire, but he nailed it so good from the original. 2 years later, it's still the tire winning 99.9% of the races. So the other thing I wanted to say too is, people get there's been, upset people that they can't get the tire or the ordering didn't go through right. And I look at that and I go, okay, imagine if you were in his shoes. And I asked this question a long time ago. You have a product that is so sought after that, you don't want to up you have a certain size business you want to keep, and you don't want to up your production. So he goes through extensive things to make sure his ordering is fair. And he put a lot of time into, here's a email address, or here's a site you can hit, or these guys are doing bots, so let's change the way. Like, a lot of people in business, when they're in it for money, they'd go, well, let's just sell it to this company for $200 a tire, and let's make a ton of money and not deal with that headache, right?
Gotcha.
He's kept his price fair. He's taken on the burden of trying to make his orders as fair as possible for people. And that, to me, that's a rarity for somebody to not just say, well, I'll just charge $200 a tire, and then I'll still sell out, but there won't be this big headache anymore, and I'll make more money doing it, right? I mean, if he was just in it for the money, things would look a lot different, and things would be a lot harder for us to deal with. He makes it as fair as possible, and it's a testament to the type of guy he is. So I understand there's people that are upset at the way he does business, but man, it could be so much worse. Like it could be a disaster and very expensive to get his tire because it's so sought after. And he keeps the price down. He keeps the orders as fair as possible. So, before people think about complaining about that system, think of the effort that he's put in to try and make it as fair as possible.
I'm on his site now, and I was looking at. He doesn't even have them up. How much are they? Do you know? Are they 45?
I'm not sure. Somewhere $45, $50.
45, 50
yeah.
bucks. I don't think he's changed his price either, has he?
I think there's been one price change in 2 years.
That's pretty good.
Considering what's going on, that's not bad.
No, hold on a second now. Just in my business, battery I've had in 2 years. So let's take this. I've had in 2 years, I've had 12 price increases. I used to pay $89 for a battery. I'm paying $135 now.
He's got a product that if he sold them for $200 a tire, people would buy them.
Right.
Right? I mean, it would suck, but if you have to have them to win this race, and you can win $10,000 and win in the race, you're going to buy a set. Let's say, $100. He could a better way to put it is he could sell them for a lot more money than what he's selling them for, and he doesn't.
Nope,
right?
he doesn't.
And he could not care if somebody bought 100 of them, and he does. So I have a lot of respect for somebody that runs a business like that. That is as fair as possible, and for the good of the hobby, he tries to keep the price down. Right?
I say he said, go for it. Show these up. I'm going to go. Listen, guys, bear with me because I'm making sure before I show you this picture that I don't get in trouble. I said, anything else you want to share with me, with us? And he gave me all that. So
I want to make sure if I talk about those rims, I haven't seen those exact rims.
Back to me.
Dang it.
Do you have his personal cell phone?
Yeah.
Text him and say, read Billy's messages. Hold on, guys. Just hold on.
It's up to Matt to make sure that he announces things in the way that he announces. But out of that text,
read it.
I can tell you that there is.
These are launching at the end of January.
There's something different than that.
Okay. Well, he's saying I can show these.
Yeah, and no, Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just double checking, guys, before I put these pictures up. Jeez, let me read. No,
I can say that I'm sure Matt will have product that is improved throughout 2023. He's going to stay on top of the game. I think there's some good tires out there. Tire and wheel
just
combos.
Messaged me.
He did?
Yeah, he's listening to me. I know what he's doing. They listen to us at their warehouse.
Oh, so there's like a delay.
They have us
something.
blaring on the warehouse.
Yeah.
He
It's
told
taking
me
him a second to get back.
There he is. Okay,
yeah.
Matt, can I show the wheels? Okay. Oh. All right, here he comes. He's typing now. Hold on.
You have a sound effect on there. This is exciting. Yeah, right.
Oh man, here he's typing, guys. Hold on, because I got them up. There they are, Mark. They're ready to show. So I just want to make sure that. What else? You guys. So we told everybody the team, all the team this year. Yep. He's searching for 2 or 3. 2024, 2023 is already booked. My wife texted me. Tommy Burgess is registered. Tommy messages me and he goes, you know how many messages I got? What is this voodoo thing? What is Voodoo Day?
I should have brought some of my tie. I didn't think about it, but I could have brought
time
a few.
today. I have been slammed all day. I just barely got here like 30 minutes and set this up for us. Okay, here he goes. What did he say? He goes, yes. Okay, there we go. Those are the 2230 mark. Okay, got it. Those are secret. No, the ones that you have. We can show these, correct?
Yeah, and I don't want the team to get upset about there's other things out there. It's just an idea that he had. So there's
these.
Those products are the latest products. Matt has some ideas that he doesn't want to talk about right now.
Well, I can throw these.
Yeah.
These okay, those are secret. 3.
Billy, you're killing me, man.
Am I good? Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. It's missing. What the hell? Wait a second. What did he do? Wait, can you not see the pictures?
I don't know.
Bro.
I see him right there.
They're
I see
right
him just
there.
like try the other one.
There
you
it
go.
goes.
There. Yeah, that's odd.
That's
just show the first one.
That's odd. Okay, there we go. So let's talk about these, Mark. Do you have these yet?
I have a version of those.
Okay,
yes.
got it.
Yes.
Okay, so these are the new wheels he has coming out. It's at the end of the year. I'm sorry, the end of the month. I apologize. I'm going to tell you guys all about them now. This is going to be the street version. Okay, this is 40 grams.
So this is what's interesting about. According to the text, I think this is the material that I was talking about, where it's not the normal aluminum material. I don't know if he wants out the type of material it is, but
he says aluminum right there.
It is.
It's aluminum.
But this is. Where did I see it? That.
Gotcha.
Is the important part. So normally you machine with like a 6061. It's just a different version, and this version is very light and very springy, so it holds its shape. And
all right.
I had to ask him what material it was. Like, I didn't even realize it was metal. It's very light. So
I'm going to tell you what he told me about these wheels, guys. Here's the benefits of these wheels. Precision milled, lightweight aluminum greatly reduces speed, zapping, vibration. Explain that. Zapping, vibration.
So if you have a tire that glues on the wheel a little crooked, or the rim doesn't run straight, when that tire spins thousands and thousands of RPM,
Okay.
it'll hop on the surface. It'll lose traction. It vibrates. When it vibrates, it absorbs energy. So that's one of the reasons why I ran the wheel that I do, is I can get the tire on exactly true, and the tire stays flat on the ground under high RPM. So a metal tire normally will, depending on, there's other factors, but normally a metal tire, his is machined, so it runs extremely true. And
Gotcha.
the material he's making it out of is extremely light and has some spring to it, or give. So it's really freaking cool.
Well, here, let's keep going. So we just told you what zapping vibration is at high speeds. It eliminates wheel compressions on launch. That's what you're just talking about.
Yeah.
Eliminates wheel deformation throughout the RPM range.
We're putting 3.5 to 4 horsepower through the wheel. And some of these cars have an offset, and I don't know what offset he's offering, but some of them, slash offset's right in the middle, so it pushes down the tire equally. But some of them have a TLR or an in offset, and when you offset it and then put 3.5 or 4 horsepower through it, it can deflect it. So I'm assuming a metal tire is not going to deflect nearly as much as a plastic tire.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, it's pretty much a fact in my mind. Like, I can take a plastic tire and flex it, and on that tire I can't. Right, it's much stronger for its weight.
So for some reason, it's not letting me pull up the other picture. It says missing. Let me try something one more time here. Let me see. Photo library. Nope, we got to go here. Let me go to here real quick. Let me see if I can download this one. Yeah, there it is right there. Yep. That's why.
He's got a cool looking design too.
Okay.
Really cool. Like, it's super lightweight, cool looking.
Okay, so this one that we're showing you guys, this is called the Voodoo Catalyst Street. It's a 2.2/3. Yep. And this one is going to be 4 grams. Now, he's considering this a street, excuse me. Excuse me, guys. He's calling this a street wheel. It's designed with extra strength in mind to take on practical street racing surface conditions. Slightly heavier than our track version, but still lightweight and fast.
And I think I might have seen the track version that was extremely light. But yeah, it's just like Matt, where when you look at it, the thing is, I had to look super close to see, is this molded? Is it, well, what the hell? How do you make this? And I can see some machine. He machined it.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. Just like the bad racing wheels that you showed. Those are some of these guys that are making these wheels now.
It's crazy.
They're a work of art.
They are a work of art.
So Matt's Matt's wheel is beautiful.
The next one up we're going to talk about is the track wheel. This is 36 grams. I hope it works. It's not working.
Dang.
Yeah, it is. It's not working, guys. I don't know. Brother, I don't know what's going on, man. Well, here's the deal. I want you to see this. It's not downloading into my cloud here. Bear with me, guys. That's what happens when you're live, Mark.
It's pretty close. It looks very similar to that wheel.
Yeah.
You get the idea with
it's
that wheel.
Not working, but let's talk about it. So the next wheel is very similar to this one. It is it's going to be 36 grams, Mark. So it's lighter. Mm-hmm. And it's like it's a 5-spoke just like this, but do you see how you have the holes in the spokes? And it's not going to have the holes in the spokes. I wish I could show you, but I can't. I apologize. That one's is going to be called the track tire. Now, let's talk about that one. The track tire is extremely lightweight and fast, designed for smooth and well-groomed surface conditions that are typically found on designated drag racing tracks.
Mm-hmm. So there's I like the fact that he's making 2 different applications, because there is an application that you're going to go out in a parking lot and you're going to go have fun with your buddies and, race around. You might have a timing system, you might not. There's that application that is a blast, and that's how this whole thing started. Then there's this other application that you go out, you travel to some race, it's a groomed track, they got sauce all over. There's people going 90+ mile an hour, and they don't care if they slam into a wall if it bends the rim. They want the weight, they want the advantage.
Yeah.
They're going to fix anything that breaks when you crash. So it's not built to withstand a heavy crash, it's built to go fast. That is the race wheel. These
wheels are going to be available on www.ott ot6.com. I'm fighting my throat. I apologize, guys. So the track version is going to be $140 a set, and the street version is going to be $130. They launch late January, and again, you can find them on ot6.com. It's OTTSIX.com. Go check them out. Like I said, he's talking about towards the end of January.
Yeah, and he has. I've lost track of the aluminum wheel. He has a really nice front tire, and it comes with the same pattern. Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah, that's beautiful. I was gonna say I have the plastic version of that wheel for the front. He makes a nice looking front wheel, and I was curious. I haven't kept track of the wheels. Apparently, he makes a really nice aluminum front wheel that matches that. So that's cool. Yeah,
it's good looking, man.
Yeah, it's
look at that.
Awesome.
Yep. And you know what? The ones on the website are the exact. No, actually, they're not. The ones on the website are a little bit different. See how they have the holes around the center?
Yeah.
These don't have the holes there.
Yeah.
Why do they look brass? They look brass.
So what I've seen, my experience with it is there's a texture to them, and I think he's doing that to make the rubber stick better. Like I received a similar rim, and it looked like it was sandblasted and then coated or something. Like there's an anodizing to it, or I don't want to misspeak, but they're not like shiny machined. It's a satin finish. And my problem with an aluminum wheel in the past is I can't get the glue to stick really well. There's certain glues now that we figured out that work really well for aluminum.
Yeah.
But I think he's trying to solve the problem of the glue sticking to the aluminum. So there's a little, at least on the, there's a little. I've seen a little bit of a texture. Yeah.
So that makes sense. If you have a little texture, it
grabs onto it better.
It's going to stick better, right?
Yeah.
that's cool. That's good to know too. See, I'm glad you showed up today because I'd have been like this.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
I'd have said names and that'd have been it.
And I mean, I'm just talking about my experience, and
perfect. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Your experience is all we're asking for. Jasmine said it's aircraft aluminum, is what she says.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, thanks, Jazzy. Sorry, I'm not reading comments, guys. What's up? I want to read that one. What did he just say to me? What did he just say to me? Jesse Kinder. Just you. This is yes or no. This is a yes or no question. Blue shoes now?
Not yet.
Okay. Jesse Kinder said. Jesse Kinder said. What did he say about the blue shoes?
There's a debate going on right now. I'm like, can you get red carbon? And he's like, you're going to have to get blue shoes. So
that's cool.
I think that when if things go correct with the debut of, the idea of kind of a different design, there could be a color change in my shoe, but we'll see.
Yeah. You know what? And
like a special occasion, right?
I'm going to be really honest with you. I thought you already changed to blue because I messaged you 2 nights ago and I said something about a logo, and I went back and found some logos I made for you. And then that's when my wife, I said, nah, he's changed to blue.
The red is like a good luck color.
Yeah.
And I even had, this
Stick
is
with it.
part of, how nice Team Arizona is, but I had Mario Ruiz as part of our team, right?
Yeah.
When I changed to Castle, he bought me bright green shoes.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's not, it's a super thoughtful thought, but red's always been a good luck color for
They
me.
would look good on Mario, though.
They would look good, yeah.
Well, I love Mario. Mario's a good dude.
He's a lot of fun.
So to talk, I haven't seen Mario around, man. Is everything good?
Yeah, I think we, with this change, we all have talked and got together, and I think there's going to be a car building session real soon for everybody. So yeah, he's doing well.
Love it. That was pretty much it. I just want everybody to start thinking of 2023 and start thinking about what's coming. I will tell everybody this. I'm getting so many different pictures and emails from our sponsors, new stuff coming. I can't show you or tell you. Man, but when it's ready, I'm ready. I'm ready, man. We got the team associated.
This is great. This is perfect.
Yeah, it turned out really nice, man. You guys, I'll show you my new. If you just joined us, I now have a team associated product cam. I'm going to name the camera, but I know kind of hokey. These are new team associated sent me these new mats, so they're not quite sticking down. But it looks good. It's going to be good when it's
nice.
all. Yeah, it's going to be good.
So Voodoo Tire, real fast before I go, I'll go through what compounds that I run, and what rims that I run.
Perfect.
And why.
Hell yeah.
Why for each one. Okay.
Let me start sharing this puppy. Just kidding, dude.
Just to make sure. So, I've had people say, man, I got a, they're a hard tire to get. And if we explain how each compound works and what rim to run, then when you do get a hold of some, you can make, it might help to make sure you have the right combination of rim and foam. So if the surface is not a lot of traction or slightly bumpy, the most traction that you can make, I think the tire is the red tire, the softest compound tire. And I almost always run medium soft Voodoo foams. You have to watch out if you run a different company foam. It can be heavier or expand more and put more pressure on the belt. Putting more pressure on the belt can make the tire fail. So I've almost religiously either run air, which doesn't put any undue force on the belt, or I run a Voodoo foam. And the two that I do run are soft and medium soft. The only time I run soft is if I'm in like a dry tire condition, or I'm in a really low traction environment where you want the tire to squat. I'll run the soft foam, red tire, and I like the Proline. I'm currently running the Proline rim standard width. The difference in the rim is if you run a wide rim, like a Proline wide, compared to the narrow gets good instant traction. It hits really good. But it can be a little wobbly down the road. It can kind of flex the sidewall, and that flex generates the launch traction. So you get a little bit more of like peak traction, where the wide wheel, I think it's odd because you can spin it a little bit and it catches. It has this ability to be able to spin just a little and catches, where the narrow, if it spins, it doesn't recover as good. And the wide wheel doesn't give you quite as much max traction, peak traction, but it gives you more stability. So I run, I think, more narrow than wide because I can glue them extremely true. It's a little harder to glue the wide. And I'm looking for the peak traction, and I'll solve any type of control problem at the end with a wing or something. So that's low traction track, reds with either a soft or a medium soft, and I like the Proline narrow wheel for the red. If the track gets a little bit more sticky, then I'll run a wide wheel to try. So now when the red fails, it's usually the sidewall will fail, and I hear a rattle in the car. When that rattle happens, I can run. That's the tire kind of balling up, and it's usually not a good thing. It's it's absorbing a lot of power.
Yeah.
So then I'll run a little bit wider wheel, and it angles the sidewall and gives the tire a little bit more strength. And you'll see, like, Yulbrick always runs. He runs massive power, right? And he always runs the wide wheel so that he can run a little softer compound sometimes. I can't speak for him, but that does give you some more tire strength, right? When you run a wider wheel, the sidewall goes from straight up and down to a little
crazy.
Right. So then you go, okay, I'm rattling a wide wheel on red. So then the rubber, the carcass is just too soft. So then you move up to a gold. That's the next size up. And I'll start all over again. The narrow wheel has a little bit more traction, a little weaker. If it rattles it, I go to a wide tire. It gets a little stronger. And then if you rattle that, then I go to a silver. And the silver is really the hardest compound that I think anybody runs.
The silver.
The silver. Yep. So on these tracks that have massive stick to them, you'll see people running wide wheels on silvers, and that's the strongest version that you can get on Matt's tire, the Voodoo tire, and that usually won't rattle, and it'll blast through all the stick on the starting line. And after you go red, when you move over to gold, really the Voodoo medium soft foam is like the sought after foam. There is some double stuff. I think there's some other foams. I think Cyril makes a couple foams that work good too, but I've never been outperformed by another foam. I've tried all sorts of foams, and I keep coming back to Matt's medium soft. Yeah. The only reason for the air pressure during that era of, air pressure makes a lot of track, is there wasn't the foam combination figured out. Now that the foam is figured out, it's less of a headache to try and keep the pressure in the tire. Air pressure works great. I mean, it's awesome, and it's light, but it's not quite as consistent. as foam is going to be the same pressure every single time.
Yeah.
So that's how I use Voodoos, and then I'll condition. Shameless plug. I use Frank's conditioner, the
plug away,
the pink
dude.
lemonade, right?
Is all
So
about,
there's
man.
a lot of good conditioners out there.
A lot of good conditioners, yeah.
So I'll rotisserie pink lemonade for a little while, 15 or 20 minutes,
on the,
get it soft on a little rotisserie thing.
On the hot dog.
Yeah. But that's my whole. That's basically my tire program.
Okay. Now, with what you just said on your tire program and what we said earlier about sponsors, right there, guys. I mean, he takes the time. He figures out what tire does what. I have a question. This is really random, man. I'm sorry, but nobody really ever messaged me personally to ask you a question. This is from Nick Leone. Nick, thanks for the question. He says, I have reds and I can't get them to stick. Hold on. I screwed up. He said, Billy asked Mark about when you get a new set in a bag and you rip open the bag. He's saying when he gets them, he's asking what to do because I have reds and I can't get them to stick on medium rims.
Okay, so that's a good question.
Perfect question.
Sometimes I've had two different types of Voodoos that I don't know if they're a different mold or what, but some of them come out with a white powder on them. And some of them come out kind of black and oily or greasy. So before I glue anything, I will take either simple green or naphtha, and I will really thoroughly clean the bead. You end up cleaning the whole tire, but you got to clean all the
wheel
contaminants.
and tire.
Wheel and tire.
Wheel and tire.
I'll take like a Q-tip, and I'll go over the bead of the
Yep.
So they're usually really clean, but just to be sure.
Dirt, grime, anything.
And mold. I mean, these are made and then unstuck from a mold, and so there can be all sorts of contaminants in these, right?
Got it. Yep.
So I will make sure, and the Voodoo tire is very clean because it'll turn jet black and it will be really sticky even with nothing on it. So you got them ready to glue when you feel them and they're sticky and black. If they're not like that, there's a risk of the glue not adhering. So I spend a really good amount of time. They're a hard tire to get, so you want to make sure the glue works really good.
Clean them.
And I clean them until they're jet black.
Nice. There you go.
That's probably what's happening where he had a little bit of something on the tire.
Hey, Nick Leone. I'm not looking at comments because there's so many. He direct messaged me, so people don't do that.
I hope that helps.
No, that's great. Henry Tapia said, "Can you do me a favor, Mark, and send those green shoes to Skittles?"
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Nick, okay. He said, not stick to the rim, stick to the ground.
Okay. So,
hey, hold on, Nick. I love you. And everything. Next time, tell me, to the rim or to the ground.
Well, it's
No big
important we should have gone. I should have gone over that anyway.
It's
so that's
all good, dude.
So after the tire, so when I build, I should do a tire building thing.
Absolutely.
So I have this.
I didn't
really
I'm
old.
Sorry about this. I didn't realize you're going to turn
No,
into.
this is great. I'm happy.
You're good.
So
Good.
I have this really old tire balancing tool that I use. It's like this prop balancing thing, but it has a shaft on bearings, and I can bolt the tire to it. And so I'll take and build the tire on that where it runs really true. I can spin it before I glue it and see the tire runs true. I glue it. I run it on a rotisserie for 15 or 20 minutes with Frank's stuff.
Wow.
And before the rotisserie, I'll sand it. I'll run between 80 and 200 grit sandpaper on a drill press or a drill, and I'll just scuff the tire to kind of open the tire up so that the conditioner will soak into it. You don't want to take a lot of material off. You don't need to sand the hell out of it, but just take a little bit, just get it a little rough, and then I'll run it on the rotisserie for 15 or 20 minutes, and then I'll let them sit, and they'll be, they'll feel oily and they'll be wet, and you just let them sit and air out. And when it airs out and is dry, you'll rub your finger on it, it'll squeak like it's really grippy.
Ready to go.
So before a race, that's a conditioned tire, and I would take that tire over the next couple days and I would run it. If that tire sits for a week or two, or let's say I don't use them for a month, I'll resand and recondition the tire and let it sit, because the rubber oxidizes on the outside of the tire. So the tire that's really sticky.
I like this. It's good. Yeah, this
the tire
is good.
that's really sticky, when you first condition it, you come back a week later and feel it, and it's not quite as sticky. So you take all the old rubber off that's oxidized, and you get a fresh coat. You get a fresh rubber. You recondition again.
Yep.
You don't necessarily need to rotisserie it, because that's, if you do that too much, you can damage
the wheel, the tire, right?
The belt can separate from the tire because it's
one
soft.
rotisserie.
So yeah,
only.
you don't want to go crazy with it. I've done, you can take a tire without the rotisserie and it runs fine, right? But I will make sure when I go, especially when I go to a large event, I have freshly scraped or sanded tires, so it's fresh rubber on it. And then depending on the race, sometimes we will run, clean the tire, and there's even tracks that will resand the tire after every run to make sure it's exactly clean rubber every time. So,
wow.
I use either Get Stuck for a prep. I use Monster. Monster has a wide range of stuff, and you have to kind of try them all and get used to different environments. But
trial and error.
Yeah, they offer some good stuff. Jeff's, the top people, the top
Zook.
races, have I would say the majority of the top races, the cash races that have been won on Jeff's stuff. So his stuff's really good. There's a few others now, like Red Monster, and like they have a Blue Label stuff that's really strong. Now there's
my God.
I used to say you got to have 3 different things in your. Now there's like 5 or 6 of them that work really good, and you can mix them. And I mean, it's getting nuts.
We call that the Pandora's box.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can't go wrong with some of the top sauces. And if you can't get those to stick, I don't think anybody else will either, right? Like those make the most traction.
Yeah. Todd Soltero, what's up, dude? Gregory Chapa, hope you're feeling good, man. Narrow has more pressure per square inch on contact patch.
Yeah, the contact patch doesn't really change. It's the angle of the sidewall changes. So the tire doesn't, even though the tire looks wider, the contact patch stays about the same size if you have a flat tire.
Right.
Flat. But angling the sidewall starts giving the tire a lot of strength. And I've even seen some crazy stuff where they're gluing them on the outside. They're really stretching the tire out and stuff. And that just makes you're able to run a slightly softer compound and still get some strength out of the tire. That I think is the goal with that. So I just use the 2 different width rims, either a narrow or a wide Proline wheel. I've used those for years now.
The Pomonas.
Yeah. But I know, there's Traxxas, and there's a handful of them that work really good. That are
it's crazy, man. We're sitting here and I know you could go on and on and on just on that tire.
Yeah.
You could go for hours, man. So take what I'm saying right now, and what I mean by this is, all the new products coming out. Guys, there's a ton of it coming. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I'm getting texts to Billy, we want to show this off. And I'm like, cool, man. And it's stuff I can't wait to show you guys on the live. Where I'm going with this is like this. 2023, man, Mark, you already know. It's going to be another wild ride.
I can't tell you how excited I am for 2023.
2022 was nutso for me. 2023 is nutso times 2.
Mm-hmm.
I am booked, man, and I'm excited. Listen, I'm excited. I had a very long conversation with all my employees yesterday, and I'm backing out of my companies. I'm gonna back away from my companies to put more energy to put more energy in this. Mm-hmm. If I can put another 2 hours a day to this, it's going to be a good dude. It's going to be good. Okay, cool.
So one other thing I wanted to mention, the things that I do for Voodoo, or the products that they have, is we don't have one here, but they sell a front tire, and you're like, okay, what's the big deal about a front tire, right? There is significance on how you build a front tire, and Matt listened to the input of.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have
hot6.com if you want to follow along.
And a long time ago when I first started out, I built this tire, and actually I still use it today, and I've seen other people like build systems to build this tire. But I lucked into building this tire where it was, you cut the rim down and you run a carpet tire, and you sand them off, and they took like hours to make these front tires, right? It was ridiculous.
Them, yes.
And I remember thinking, man, I wish somebody would make a cool friggin' front tire. Like I can't find a front tire that doesn't make any traction, because you don't want to have a lot of traction, and is really light and can handle the speed. So there's a few companies that tried, and a few companies did pretty good at it, and Matt came out with this front tire. There was one rule that was made after me and a few people made these O-ring type front tires, very thin, and it just had an O-ring on it. And they're like, nope, you got to run.
I remember
a wheel that has like a foam capability to it.
A wheel.
Yeah. So yeah. And the reason why the O-ring worked well is it was just super friggin' light. So any type of rotating weight helps you, right? So I think DE made a wheel, and there's a couple people that made some wheels that were pretty good, and Voodoo came out with a front tire that's short. It's fairly short. The shorter the tire, the lower you can get the body in the front. So it's the height of the tire is important. It's super narrow, but it still follows the rule. And in, Matt's style, Voodoo style, it looks friggin' cool, and it runs super true. So that front tire, I think, is the leading front tire. So along with the back tire that he has a monopoly on, he makes a very good front tire.
And we're talking about, right now we're talking about Voodoo. This is Voodoo Day. Ot6.com if you want to follow along with what I'm going to tell you right now. We're talking about the front tire that Matt makes. It's a belt-free and foam-free design. 2 less things to worry about. The tire is 16.8 grams each. And the mounted tire outside diameter 72 millimeters, and the width is 16 millimeters.
Yeah, it's very narrow.
Very narrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's strong for not having a belt. It does not expand. It's pretty thick, and I don't know how he does this, but it's fairly thick, and it's still very light. So it can handle the 90+ mile-an-hour speeds, no problem. It runs super true. I think it's one of the best, if not the best, front tires out there right now.
I can tell you how he does it. I'm going to give you Matt's secret. It's called Voodoo Magic.
Yeah, that's a good name for his company because he
Voodoo Magic,
he creates some friggin' magic.
Yeah. Shut up, Biggie. Can't leave me alone, dude. I go to spin class one day and Biggie's busting my chops.
So we'll have to do a tire building.
I love it.
Deal
Right
because
here.
I actually have to build some tires here coming out pretty soon. So maybe we can do a half an hour tire building session and
let's
show
do
people how to
that.
do that.
And then what we'll do it right here.
Sure.
Yeah, this is good.
perfect.
We can get it all dirty and it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yep, it will show everybody. I mean,
Okay.
from start to finish. What we'll do, let's start with the fresh pack of Voodoos
Yeah,
out
we'll
of the
clean them and everything,
package.
yeah.
We're
Yep.
going to show you out of the package. Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely. Yep.
Later on in the future.
Yep.
So out of the package, cleaned onto the wheel, ready to rock.
Yep.
And that's great, dude. I'm really glad you came, man.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
It makes my life easy.
Well, I don't want to. I'm going to run. I don't want to take up too much more of your
2
time.
questions before you go.
Yeah.
Melvin Bailey says, "What are the best foams for Voodoo? First time with some.
First time with
some foams for Voodoo." Says,
the
what are the
Voodoo.
best
I run the
foams?
Voodoo medium soft. They're by far the most popular, and I feel that they perform the best. They don't. Voodoo medium soft, you can't go wrong.
Voodoo medium soft.
Yeah.
Sweet. Tommy Giovi, what's up, dude? You got to go? Cool. I'm just going to promote some races and stuff. One more thing
Sure.
before you go.
Yeah.
Are you coming to Battle on the Blacktop?
That's one of your races?
That's right.
Probably so, yes.
Damn
I don't
right.
have tickets yet,
You're
but
coming.
I'm going to try and hit all of your races.
Get out there.
Yeah.
Let me go down. I'm going to talk about the first 2 races because I know you're coming to one of the second race.
Louisiana.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Go.
You're going to be there, right?
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss that race.
If I got to drive you there,
That's a special race
that's
for me.
a special race for both of
us.
us.
Yeah.
And so somehow,
we're going to be there.
you're going to be there.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about January 24th, 25th, and 26th. Guys, we're heading to Atmore, Alabama. And you heard what Mark said. He might be joining me. We're going to Battle on the Blacktop. Justin Pace is doing an amazing job. Congratulations to him. He is killing it. He is I talked to him today. He's at almost 150 outlaw.
Awesome.
Wow.
That's like, what is that, 2 weeks?
No, it's a month and a half.
Oh, you said February.
Did I
okay.
say January?
You said January. I'm like, oh,
I apologize.
shit.
It's February.
Right, okay.
February. I'm so sorry. February 24th, 25th, 26th. And it's in Atmore, Alabama.
Cool.
Super easy to get to, man. I'm flying from Belize to there. I'm going back to Belize for 2 weeks.
You are all over.
Bro,
the place.
I have reasons for what I'm doing. I'm going to Rotan, Honduras for a week, and then Belize, and then we're flying from there, and Foster's going to Rotan with me, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah,
Now
he's a good guy.
let's talk about the second race. It's going to be March 17th and 18th. This is New Orleans, Louisiana. This is Fire on the Bayou.
So do you know if that race is held on the same road as it was last year?
Yeah, NOLA Motorsports.
that road, and I've said this a million times, that road is the smoothest road that I've ever seen
It's
in
amazing.
my life. It's like it's water, like it's glass.
It's an amazing road.
Yeah.
Kenneth Jackson and the boys you and I were both there last year.
Yeah.
You know, and I told the story when Kenneth said, "Hey man, you want to live stream this race?" And I said, I don't think I'm coming to New Orleans. He said Mark Vyne is the host. I said, I'll be there. Hey, ask him.
Yeah, no,
Kenneth Jackson said Mark Vyne is the host of my race. I said, I'll be there.
You know, talking a little bit about that race last year is I didn't really know them too well, right? And he messaged me and it's like, I really want you to come to this race. Very flattering, right? And I'm like, man, if I can make it, I'm going to be there, right? And he promoted this race really well. A gamble on somebody that you're not real familiar with at the time, right? And it was such a memorable experience and such a well-run and great race.
Oh, my God.
And there's things that are close to my heart with that race where Michael Onovich won that race last year against me. And it was like, that is a race that I will never forget. And I will, if Kenneth runs that race every year, I will be there every year.
He's gonna.
That's a very special race and very special people to me.
2024.
Yeah, it's
Fire on the bayou.
And I talked about, we would go back to our hotel and there's people riding wheelies and bicycles. I had a couple hundred bicycles one night, and then there's like an electric concert that came out the other night. There's just this. It's a show in front of the hotel because it was just it's a crazy place. It's cool.
And let's talk about NOLA Motorsports really quick.
Yeah.
It's such a big park. They had they had a go-kart racing. They had big car racing there, and then they had us there, and they had some other stuff going on. But guys, he's not kidding. NOLA, it's at NOLA Motorsports, which even makes it better. You know, when we say New Orleans, it's just outside of New Orleans. I don't know the name of the city, but it's not that 20-minute drive.
No, it wasn't bad. I can't even. It wasn't a factor. Like, it was close.
No,
right?
it was close. Yeah, but
they have a good shutdown. They have an amazing track with a lot of traction. Like, you can put down. I don't know how fast we could go now, but I would think you could put some crazy times down at that track because it's very, very smooth.
You want to see some crazy stuff? I said, "Are you coming?" Look at this. Brad Waltrip's going to everything, though. I love that guy. Brad Waltrip, I'm going. Jasmine says, love the surface. Dan Domingue is going to both. And we're only just talking about the first two.
No, and I'm serious when I say that me and Sarah, my girlfriend, are going to sit down and we've started doing this where we're looking at all the races that you're promoting and how I can try and get to as many of them as possible this year. So we all appreciate what you're doing and trying to promote all these races and giving us a venue to go show off all the stuff we can do. I'm going to try and hit all of them. I mean, as many of them as I can.
Hey, JFab, I just saw you just popped on. I haven't texted you back yet because I've been thinking about your text for 4 days.
You're going to do a good race with him. I can't wait for that. I mean,
JFab is going to kill it.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I know you got to go.
Yeah.
So I'm driving to Super Chips. I'm driving to Carlsbad, and I'm driving to Wendy. Where else are we driving to? I'm driving to one more. Oh, Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can help you.
God,
I'm going to do the same thing I did for
another
all
place.
all
Texas
the
racing is just amazing.
I have two. I have two in Texas.
Yeah.
I have JFabs,
Yeah.
and I have the RC DRL Supernats.
Yeah.
We're live streaming the Supernats in November or October.
I wonder which one Brian Willis. I want to go race with Brian Willis. Like, I wonder which one. I know he was at.
He's going all.
Probably to all.
He's coming to Apple. Yeah. Okay, so Brian, I know you're. I think you're watching. JFab said, "LOL." Dude, I haven't been ducking you, man. This has been busy. I love you, dude. Hey, but listen, I think Brian.
All those guys. I went to Brian Willis and his whole group, like the Texas Made group. I love racing with them, so it'd be cool to.
So what we did is I talked to Justin Pace. Now understand something. This is the circle I'm in when I'm telling you this, guys. I talked to Knoxville, which is Foster and 865, Tommy Giovi, Shea Beckner, Spencer, all those guys up there. They're coming down to both. Awesome. They're coming down to Atmore, Alabama, and they're coming over to Louisiana. Brian Willis, I believe, is going to Atmore, Alabama, and Louisiana. And I think everybody, this is crazy, I think Justin is working it out where all his guys are coming to Louisiana and Dallas. So, and Carlsbad. So the cool thing with what we have going, everybody's kind of saying, you know what, you coming to my race, we're going to your race.
That's cool.
You coming to my race, we're going to your race. And that's kind of something that we're all working together to do. So it's really cool, man. I'm not going to talk about any more races after those two because you got to go and I got TV people inside.
Sure.
Carlsbad crew can't wait to have you all. Okay, yeah. Alex, we can't wait either, brother. We're coming in hot. He will be at my race. Yeah. See, it's awesome. Mark Vyne,
Cool.
get your foam tire.
The Pro Mod.
ready.
I'm about ready. I got
Hey, you know what, Jasmine? You know what? Now that you say that, I still have 2 motorcycles left.
I still got mine sitting on the shelf.
You do?
Yeah, we should run them.
Yeah, let's do it. JFab talked to Houston guys today. There are plans to,
Yeah, I can't. I'm excited to race. Me and JFab have, over the last year, have talked a ton. I'm excited to attend his race. Where he normally races. It's going to be awesome.
We'll be in New Orleans and Texas.
New Orleans is going to be. Both of those races are going to be just crazy.
I love you, JFab, but I'm getting ready to bag on you right now.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you're in trouble. Dallas race is going to be big.
Yeah.
I don't even know where he's having it yet, JFab, but brother, get ready, because everybody from down toward, there's a lot of things people don't know what I've done. I went down. Do you remember when I did the South Padre Island? But I went in 2 weeks prior to go meet all the Texas guys. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I don't remember that, yeah.
Wendy and I hopped on an airplane, flew down to Harlingen. I met with all the 956 and Team Galaxy. If I get it wrong, I apologize. It's been a year. Man, those guys are just awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my, we were in the parking lot. I mean, everybody just had a good time. But those guys are coming up. And just down in the 956 and Team Galaxy, there's over 100 people down there. I'm telling you, JFab's in trouble.
There's at least in my bubble of things to see the
Brian Willis right there. Let's see what he says. Yes, I will be attending those races. Can't wait to you, Mark. Put together again.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to racing with you again. I had
Kenny Howard missed a Texas talk the other day and was big surprise. Yeah, dude, we're coming.
So I feel in 2023.
Hey, Henry, leave me alone. I can't talk about Hawaii right now.
Yeah.
Henry, we should talk.
I feel that there's more effort being put into product than ever before.
Agreed.
And you get, I'm going to put my heart and soul into, my products of things that we're gonna try and do with 5-star or my, my car, my bubble, my all the people that I how can I say this? I'm stumbling. I'm putting massive effort into my routine of what I'm going to run, and I know everybody else is stepping up their game too. And to know that we have venues like this to go show off our improvements and show off the stuff is motivating to get as good as we possibly can for everybody. So these races are going to be off the hook. I mean, it's going to be insane.
Yeah, I can't wait to show everybody what I've been up to. I can't wait to show what Foster's up to. Biggie messages me today about Foster. He goes, Billy, is everything okay? I said, we have jobs, dude. You act like this. We sit around at NPRCTV all day. I know you got to go.
Yeah.
Henry Tabios, Let's Talk, JFab. Assad, I got one more. Assad Murdoch. Do you know who he is?
I know him, yes.
Love that guy.
I do.
I
too.
love Assad.
Yeah.
Wendy, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. I think I might love Assad.
He's one of
almost as much as
he's one of the first people when I have something to talk about or share. He's one of the first people that message me every time. Thank you.
Good luck today.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
luck.
I get it all the time.
He's an amazing spirit, right?
Actually,
I mean, it shows through in how he acts.
No. Wait, we're going to bag on Assad for a second. Assad, where's my message this week?
No, it's people like that.
He's a good dude.
Can make my day.
He's
a
great guy.
Yeah.
Assad. So Assad's question to you before you go was, bring Teddy Page out of retirement.
That needs to happen. Teddy just messaged me not too long ago. Like it's funny he mentioned Teddy Page because Teddy Page I think messaged me like 2 or 3 days ago. So there's a spark there. Maybe I can light a fire and bring him back because he was a very important part of NPRC.
No, Chris, me and you have the bromance going, dude. I love Chris Gillen.
Before I leave, Gillen, hey, yeah, dude, he's another guy.
He said hi.
Awesome.
Listen, he said hi to us at the beginning, but there's
I love Chris.
Thousands of comments.
I love Chris.
Mark always putting in out a good night. Yeah, dude, Mark's always awesome. Chris Gillen, that's you and Billy. Oh boy.
So I want to say before I left that Matt has been an extremely strong supporter of what I do and you. I mean, the guy.
Are you kidding me?
I just want to say thank you to Matt on this venue that he makes there's not even an argument. He makes the best tire there is on the planet. He's allowed me to run his tire for the last couple years, and it's been awesome to work with. And I just want to say thanks.
Yeah,
for that.
me too, Matt. I know you're watching.
Yeah.
Thanks from me. Thanks from Foster, from Wendy for picking us up for 2023.
I mean, I can honestly say there is not right now today. There is not a tire that will compete with that tire.
With it. Yeah,
it's and that tire was made 2 years ago. There
That's
not another
crazy.
product in NPRC that can say that. The close second, I think, is
Teddy Page right there.
Hey, good to see you, Teddy.
Teddy Page is in the house.
The
What's
close,
up, Teddy?
the close second maybe is the R1 speed control is pretty dominant, but there's other speed controls that make a lot of power. There's nobody that can compete with his tire, and there hasn't been for 2 years. And I don't think there's going to be for the next 2 years. Like, it's hard to predict, but, Matt, it's the most impressive product in NPRC to date, and congratulations on that, and thank you for the support.
And again, thanch for picking me up for 2023.
Yeah.
You for 2023.
Yep.
I'm excited. Mooch, what color shoes is he gonna ride? We've already had that conversation. Blue.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Listen, again, thank you guys. I'm gonna bounce out of here, man. I got TV people inside waiting on me. Thank you to Voodoo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This Friday, I have a spot set aside for a sponsor. I'm not sure if we're going to go for it this Friday. So here's the deal, guys. Starting next Wednesday, every Wednesday and every Friday, What's Up Wednesday and Freestyle Friday, we're going to be showcasing every one of the sponsors that we have for 2023. And listen, here's the deal. Stay close to make sure you turn your notifications on because they're sending me product. So hopefully you guys see that I just made a whole new, here, this is the new team associated product cam. It's right in front of you. So we're going to be able to lay everything out here. I got some wheels I'll kind of show you from Bad Racing, my buddy John Martin. So you guys are going to be able to see. Look at that. I mean,
This stuff looks so good.
Look at the product cam.
Yeah, that looks great.
It's going to look great. I said that to John Schultz. I said, hey, I'm supporting you tonight. And he loves it. So yeah, this is the new product cam, Rant. And so it's going to be really good. We're going to be able to do a lot of stuff for you this year. We'll be doing Kelly Ray's coming in to talk about Sticky Icky, so hopefully he'll be doing some stuff right here on this table for you guys. He's out of town right now, so starting
Chili
next,
Bowl.
yeah. No, he's in. No, he's selling RVs.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh,
he's in Pennsylvania, freezing his butt up. Yeah, French fry Fridays. That's it. And thank you for the show, Billy, and thank you, Mark. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. Get out of here. I think that's it, dude. I think we pretty much covered it. I mean, Matt is a huge supporter of both of us, and he's looking for 2 to 3 more team drivers next year. 2023 is already done. But listen, we talked. If you didn't hear what we said at the beginning of the show about, what you should do, not just with Voodoo, with any sponsor. Go back and watch about the first 20 minutes. I think Mark and I covered it. I'm not going to do it again because both of us got to go.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's it.
Cool.
And
thank you for
I want
having
to grab
me.
that charger from you.
Yep, we'll
and
do.
Guys, thanks again. I'm going to hit a little music on the way out. And then I got to get my studio fixed, though, bro. No, I don't want that. I want this, Mark. I don't want that either. There we go. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining NPRCTV Live. Hey, listen, Biggie Paul, congratulations to you. You can go ahead and go, dude.
Okay,
I'm just going to finish up.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you,
listen,
Billy.
Thanks, brother. I'll
Thank
see
you.
you. Grab that charger.
I will.
Hey, guys, check out Biggie.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, man. Thank you. NPRCTV Drag News and Products. Okay, I got to talk. Listen, I got to talk for a second. NPRCTV Drag News and Products has changed the name. Now, listen. Biggie Paul and all that you voted, this is all on you. I had nothing to do with the name change. Attention in the Pits, powered by NPRC TV. Go check out what Biggie's doing. I'm doing the show over here for NPRC TV Live, bringing in the sponsors for NPRC TV Live for 2023. Biggie is bringing. If you have a product or you want to showcase anything on our show, get a hold of Biggie Paul. He's loving this stuff. He did some stuff today. He's got some. I can't keep up with everything that Biggie's doing. Yeah, thanks. So anyway, guys. Yep. See you, Mark. Anyway, it's now called Attention in the Pits, powered by NPRC TV. Biggie did something today, man. He had a good little day. Thanks, Jasmine. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Hillborn. Don Modeling. Thanks, man. Thanks, everybody. But go check out Attention, now I got to remember what it said. Attention in the Pits, powered by NPRCTV. Go check it out. They did a live today. Go check out what they talked about today. I wasn't there. I thought I had my camera over. I'm showing you guys wheels. I wasn't there, but go check it out, man. Really, really huge. Biggie's putting in a lot of time and effort, and for that, Biggie, I thank you for doing that. Anyway, this is sponsor night. This is Voodoo night. I have a list of who's coming up next, but we'll be showcasing our sponsors every 2 days a week, Wednesdays and Fridays, from now until I finish. And as it stands right now, we have 11 sponsors. So it's going to take us, 4 weeks to get through it, 4.5 weeks or whatever. We'll try to keep them a very small, short show. This was only an hour 20. It's because Mark was here, but we'll try to keep it to an hour minimum, so you're not spending your whole day or night, watching this. So first things first, thanks for everybody joining me tonight. Mark is out of here. I'm out of here. And I'll see you guys Friday. No, I won't. I'm leaving to go out of town. Biggie Paul will see you Friday with the next sponsor. I don't know who it is, but we'll let you know. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Now we cue up the music. Thanks to everybody that joined in and all the questions, and Mark is always really good at this stuff. You heard what he said. We're going to do a Voodoo. We're going to have Matt send us a brand new package, and we're going to open it up on air. This is the new product. I got the new product tables out, all lined up. Got a new camera up top, so you guys can see what's going on here. I'll show you guys So I'll show you the product can one more time. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, kind of cool, man. You guys, we can show it off with the camera up high. It's good stuff. Anyway, I'm out of here. I got stuff to do. Tony Arellano, thank you. Henry Tabio, see you, dude. Biggie Paul, thank you, my